a lot of fans and media saying you look good.
Oh.
Like you knew it, right?
Yeah,
Like, oh, handsome boy.
Yeah,
Things like that.
Yeah, fans have said that.
Have you ever heard those kind of compliments here in States?
My wife tells me she thinks I'm handsome, and that's all that matters. Yeah. But they just, I think that because there's so much respect in Korean culture, and they're just honest and they're straightforward, and they tell you how they really feel. They always told me that they thought I was handsome, which made me feel good. I thought that was very sweet of them, but it's just different in the States. People don't really say that too much. It's not common for somebody to come up and tell you that you're handsome.
Yeah, that's something weird, right?
Yeah.
I think you heard that a lot when you like restaurants.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Even my teammates sometimes would say that, like, and it just is so different than.
It's a bit gauge here in States.
Yeah.
If you say, "Oh, you look handsome."
Yeah. Well, it just is, it shouldn't be that way. You know, I think that's another part of the reason why a flaw that I wish was different, because it's nice to be able to. You should be able to love and to serve and to compliment your friends and your teammates without there being any repercussions. Mm-hmm. And I think that because of that in our team, you can uplift people and tell them positive things, and it makes them feel good.
One of the funniest looking guys.
Funniest looking guys on our team?
Or entire KBO league.
Entire KBO league.
You're like, wow.
I can't say that. That's terrible. That's terrible.
In a joke way.
We call Junghak, our closer. We call him like lion face. And he has crazy hair. So when he'll run his hands through his hair and make his hair crazy, and he wears these headbands. And so I would say him. Not because he's ugly or not because he's funny looking, but because he has crazy hair, and we call him lion face.
Oh, he's like hair like.
Yeah. So it makes it look like a lion's mane, and then his face looks like a lion. So I think that Ihyong종, when he had his hair
long,
I loved it. I loved his hair. I was so mad at him when he cut it. I got really mad at him. I told him if we were going to the Koreans, because my hair was long during the season. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, I know.
And I told him that I would grow it out, and if we went to the playoffs, that I would cut my hair like his. And then he cut it, and so I cut
Why did
mine
he do
too. I think he had a week or two where he wasn't playing very good.
He needed to change something.
Yeah,
I know.
But we call him Sape. I like him a lot.
Sape.
Yeah. He's a crazy guy.
Who's the one, except Changyu, who asks you the most question or like talks a lot about baseball?
I would say, I talk to Changyu a lot. I talk to Kim Tae-hyun a lot too, because he's a young guy. And I think he could be really good. Really good. There's just a few things that he needs to learn. We all need to learn. And so Changyu asks a lot of questions because he's really good and he knows that he can be really even better. But I talk to Kim Tae-hyun a lot too, just to try and help him see the game differently or to learn about the game. So I think because I believe in him so much, I talk to him a lot more than maybe other guys, but I talk to everybody, so it's not.
So what were the advices to the young guys?
The young guys. So I think in the KBO, there's just so much passion and so much emotion, and that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. But sometimes too much emotion or too much passion can force you to make bad decisions, and you get really caught up in it, and all of a sudden you give up a big 3-run homer, or you, after an error, or you walk a guy, all of a sudden you give up the big hit because you're so upset at yourself about what just happened. And one of the most important things in the KBO, because it's so loud and there's so much energy, is to be able to control the game. So if things are going really good, ride the momentum and go fast. Like you can pitch as fast as you want to when things are going well. But if you're giving up hits, or you're not throwing strikes, or the other team has the momentum, you have to slow down. And it's really hard to do that when the fans are really loud and the stadium's getting louder and louder because the energy's getting more and more. But to be able to recognize that as the pitcher, I'm controlling everything. Nothing happens until I make the pitch. And as a young player, it's hard to do that because you're passionate and you're energetic. And So I just try to teach them more about the mental side of pitching and how to be good at it and how to control the game as opposed to the physical side. Everybody on our team physically is really good. You know, maybe I try and teach them my sinker or my cutter, or, you know, if they ask about that, I'll teach them those pitches, but most of the time I'm just talking to them about the game and how to manage the game.
You're a cutter guy, right?
A cutter guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, sinker and cutter.
And have you ever thought about learning something split?
Yeah, so I wish that I could throw a split, but I never could do it. And you know, those guys, I ask them all the time and I'll mess around with it, but I just can't do it. Just never was my pitch.
Yeah, is that true? Like he's like being, how can I say, friendly to the coaches?
For sure. So I mean, he's still very respectful, but of all of our teammates, Chang Yu's definitely the biggest jokester. Like he's always saying stuff like that. Yo, bro, what's up? Because
so that was true.
Oh yeah, it's very true. And he's always smiling. He's always talking, always talking. We call him Mouth. That's our nickname for him. And what is it, Sapkyu? What does Sapkyu mean?
Sapkyu?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Maybe it's
know.
like what's up and
maybe that's not something then. But yeah.
Kapkyu 아니야?
Kapkyu.
Kap means being round. We call it kap. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kapkyu.
That's
Makes
what we
sense.
call him. Yeah.
Makes
Or
sense.
Mouth. And so he's super talkative, funny guy.